I had somebody send me an email and ask me to explain the manifold on the bottom of a matched Lauter Tun. Basically what's going on is this. Very simply, just took CPVC and cut it with a Dremel tool to specific lengths. And I'll send you all the specs for that. By the time you're watching this, if you look right over there, there should be like a diagram of what lengths to cut these pieces of pipe to. It's a formulation for any footprint of cooler that you have. This happens to be a 72 quart Coleman. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to buy CPVC. Don't use PVC. PVC is toxic. It shouldn't be handled for drinking water or anything like that. So it says to make sure you get high temp. I couldn't find any at Lowe's, but this stuff's been working just fine. It's kind of yellowish, so don't buy the white stuff. That's the PVC. And basically it's just going to consist of 4 elbows and 5 T's. What you're going to end up with is this rectangular shape that just goes into the bottom of your Lauter Tun. The idea is, you can mash in anything. You can use a kettle or anything like that, but then the question is, how do you separate the grain from the water? And you need some sort of a filtration system to do that. And in this case, what's happening is when you're crushing your grain, we just crushed our grain here, the idea is you're not actually pulverizing it in a flour, okay? You're breaking the outer hull of the grain and breaking the endosperm inside, but it's still remaining kind of chunky. So as it settles inside the Lauter Tun in the hot water, it actually creates a natural filter bed by the particulates settling in consecutive order. So then by constantly recirculating the wort over back to the top of itself, the bed settles out and you get a nice clean flowing wort. It's actually called a Borloff. It's an important part of the mashing procedure. So basically, and I'm sorry I'm too lazy to actually snap this back apart again because I always mix up the pieces, but you're just going to snap together your manifold just like this, and then if you walk over here, right here I got an outlet where basically I just took a nut, CPVC nut that fits into the diameter of my cooler. I think this is 1/2 inch CPVC, and basically I just took aquarium silicone and sealed the inside of it so no water is going to leak in and out. And basically you're just fitting this right into there, and again you kind of get this little down pitch, and also you can see that the it's kind of propped up a little bit, but as the grain bed settles at the top of it, the weight from the grain will actually press this down flush to the bottom, so it does create a good kind of a thing. And then of course it goes out into this ball valve, which again has been aquarium siliconed into the cooler. This is threaded, I think, but I just kind of made it happen, and then we cleaned it up with some silicone tape, or plumber's tape, and this is going into a 1/2 inch braided hose, which this strains into my boil kettle, or I like using these ale pails because they're actually calibrated on the side, so you don't have to mess around with a stick and figure out exactly how much you got. You can just see at a glance how much wort you've collected. So anyway, if you have any more questions, I'd be happy to shoot some more videos. If the day ends in Y, I might be brewing on it, so it's not hard to catch me on a brew day. So yeah, I think that's about it, and hope to hear back from you guys. Thanks a lot.